All right, so which deal is better? I have an investment that I invest $50,000 in. It makes me a $100,000 profit. Or I have a second investment that I invest $50,000 in and it makes me a $6,000 profit. Hi, my name is Jim Manning and here at the Passive Wealth Show, our goal is to help take people from actively generating money and turning them into passive investors whose wealth is growing and working for them so that they ultimately don't have to in retirement. So which is better? This is a believe it or not, because I've built 3 multi-million-dollar real estate companies and last year we generated over $5 million in passive income when it comes to real estate. People sit down with me on a weekly basis and ask me for advice. This is one of the most common things that we talk about when I sit down with people. So at this point, I set this up as a little bit of a trick question. I can't answer this personally, which is the best because I don't have enough information. So let me put this another way. If I give you $1 and you say, I guarantee you that you'll give me $2 back, is that a good investment? Well, are you giving me that second dollar back immediately and it's like 5 seconds later? Or are you giving me that second dollar back 10 years from now? So a lot of times what we'll do is we forget to weigh in the time and the time value of money. So if we add this in, it kind of depends on as far as what is best for you is like where you're at in your life and who you are. Are you a person that decided not to go to college and just get right into the workforce and all you have is time? Or are you the CEO of a company that's worth over $300 million and you have a lot of treasure, but you don't have that much time, right? So when it comes to time, let's add into this. So this $100,000, let's say that this deal is a property flip and it ended up taking all year to do it. And it ended up taking 160 hours of your time to pull this deal off. By the time you hire the contractors, get them to do all the work, hire the agent, put it on the market, prepare it, deal with inspection negotiations, everything, all said and done. It ended up being a great deal. You got a great return for the amount of cash that you put in, but it took you 160 hours to put it together. So it took you basically taking on an additional job at that point if you're working somewhere else. This deal, let's call this a private lending investment. This is a type of investment that we've done for over 15 years with people. People have put in over $250 million with us over the last 15 years. And this investment takes you 10 minutes because you just have to wire over the money. So why don't we just call that 0, even though it is a little bit of time technically, but in essence, it takes you 0 time just for this example, okay? So if I were to add this up and say, as far as my net worth goes, what made me the most amount of money at the end of the year, if I'm a small business owner, and let's do an example of a small business owner, and this is why who you are is so important, because it's how valuable is your time. Let's say as a small business owner, I know if I spend an extra 10 hours going out and finding a new client and nurturing that relationship and selling them the product that I sell, I'm gonna make an extra $10,000. So 160 hours, if I just put that and double down into my business, if every 10 hours I make $10,000, that's worth about $160,000 if I just double down on what my subject matter expertise was. So if I am this person and I could have put 160 hours into this, I would have $160,000 plus, and I decided to do the private lending, I would have $160,000 in my pocket plus the $6,000 from my investment. So that would give me $166,000 that got added into my net worth at the end of the year, okay? If I decided I'm not gonna double down on my business, I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna do this deal, in this case, what I would end up with is that $100,000 profit. So in this scenario for this individual, even though it's the same amount of money getting put in, the passive investment actually ends up making them more money and helps them increase their overall net worth over the course of their lifetime. And the best part about it is that they're not working weekends, they're not working like after their job, they're not having to drive out to a house and do all this crazy work as well. So when it comes to high income earners, that are doctors or business owners, and you've taken 10 or 15 years to develop the skills and develop an expertise that can make you a really good income, if you want to maximize your net worth, the advice I ultimately give people when I sit down with them, if it's just about dollars and cents, there's other variables here that we don't need to get into right now, but if it's about maximizing your net worth at the end of the day, 99% of the time, doubling down on your expertise and then finding the right partners that you can trust to do the work for you and to make real estate a passive investment is going to make you more money at the end of the day. So I hope you got value out of this. Don't forget to leave some comments, like, subscribe, and check out some of our other content. Thanks a lot, guys.